The Squid Game series ranks number 1 on Netflix in 90 countries, including Russia. The Squid Game is a South Korean TV series that premiered on Netflix on September 17, 2021. In the story, 456 debtors hiding from creditors take part in an experiment. They are monitored by guards in an isolated space where they have to play children's games, from tug of war to traffic lights. The losers will die, and the winner will receive $40 million. The show's creator Wang Dong-hyuk says he wanted to combine nostalgia for children's games with the feeling of the never-ending competition faced by adults. He sees a special irony in how innocent children's play turns into a terrible reality. In every episode of the series, brutal murders constantly occur. This is the meaning of the story. The reprisals against the losers are shown here in all details. And viewers love it. The show has received overwhelmingly rave reviews, with a 91% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, one of the largest review aggregators. And also, despite the age limit of 18+, the show became a hit among children and adolescents. To playgrounds or fabulous worlds. And for adolescents, they simply identify themselves with the heroes of the show, people who have found themselves outside the framework of life patterns familiar to the whole world, the same otherness characteristic of school children of adolescent age. Well, in general, in terms of aesthetics, the series resembles an action-packed computer game, also a format that is quite understandable for school children. At the same time, many schools are already recommending that parents make sure that children do not watch this show. But this only fuels the interest of teenagers. The series has already become a cult show, and children have even begun to cosplay it. For example, Belgian school children decided to repeat the games from the series and beat the losers to make it more believable. The administration of their school had to issue a warning to parents that violence on its territory was unacceptable. Sophisticated moviegoers find a lot of plot blunders in the series. We will do without spoilers, just say that social networks often criticize the motivation of heroes, unnecessary dialogues introduced explicitly to enhance pathos, the appearance of characters that are not dramatically justified in any way. Many people do not like the too conventional image of the rich and the poor in the show. The poor here are all interesting, with characters, bright, and the rich are people in masks who sit in VIP boxes and watch the Hunger Games. Plus, in the context of the plot, critics recall other cult works, for example, the books Lord of the Flies or Animal Farm, as stories about the same topic, but with a more interesting plot and deep philosophical overtones. And they criticize the modern generation for their superficiality. They say, they simply did not read Golding and Orwell. What to take from them? The hashtag with the name of the show now has 35 billion views on TikTok. Users massively repeat games from episodes and dress up as characters. Sales of Vans white sneakers, worn by the characters of the series, increased by 7,800%. Bars all over the world invite visitors to repeat the game with cookies. You need to cut out a certain shape from it in 30 seconds. 16 million people subscribed to the account of one of the main actresses of the show in 3 weeks. Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos says the Squid Game has the potential to be the most watched series on the platform. There are 9 episodes and 1 season in Squid Game. Netflix appreciates the idea of continuing the show. The streaming platform even launched an online quest on YouTube, in which you can feel like a participant in an experiment and try to complete the game to the end. A small spoiler for the second season awaits the winners.